Our learning target for today is I can create a fiber snake. I'll know I've succeeded when I've wrapped my snake in yarn or have used the yarn to decorate my snake, giving it a new texture. Here is an example of a finished snake. It has been wrapped in yarn, and yarn is made up of fibers. That gives our project a different texture than anything we've worked with so far this year. Take all of the supplies that you received from the supply drive for this project and lay them all out. Notice you have a snake shape and a whole bunch of yarn. You should have a variety of colors of yarn, anywhere from 8 to 10. Also notice that there's a back and a front to your snake. Anywhere where there are tracing lines, that would be the back side. I'm actually going to be showing 2 different ways to do this project, and so you have a choice on whatever way you would like to try. I'm going to start with one way to complete the project, and then I'll show you another. This one has to do with wrapping the yarn. So I'm first of all going to lay out all the different pieces of yarn, and I'm going to put them in the color order that I want to use. You know, Mrs. B loves rainbows, so I am putting my yarn in rainbow order. You might have different colors of yarn, and you'll be able to put them in an order that you like as well. Once you have all of your yarn laid out in the colors you want to use, you are then going to start thinking about how to wrap the yarn around the snake. The easiest thing to do is to take your first color and begin at the head. You're going to probably want to use a piece of tape because that's going to secure the yarn on the back of the snake and not be seen. Again, I can tell that this is the back because it has a little pen mark where it was drawn to trace it out. So here I'm just going to stick down a little piece of tape. That'll hold it really well. And I'm going to begin wrapping the yarn around the body of the snake. You don't need to worry what the back of the snake looks like because that part won't be seen. But notice I'm wrapping the yarn around, making it so that each time I go around the snake, I am creating one more layer of the color. Just folding it round and round until I get to the end of that piece of yarn. Now, I don't have enough to go all the way around with that one, so what I'm going to do is use another piece of tape. If you prefer to use glue, or you have a parent who wants to use a hot glue gun, that's okay too, but for my purposes, a little piece of tape is going to work just fine. Okay, I'm ready for the next color. And again, I'm going to stick it down, use a little piece of tape, and keep wrapping the yarn around the snake until I get to the very end. I am going to speed up this part of the video because I want you to see that it really is a very simple process. It just takes some time. So you might have to divide this project up and do a little bit and then take a break and do a little bit more, because in the end, we want to see these beautifully wrapped snakes using yarn, getting our hands used to trying a different type of art supply, and I always love seeing the bright colors that the yarns provide. All right, keep up the great work. I can't wait to see your finished snake. Okay, and there's the finished snake, and you'll notice that the front looks perfect. The back has the tape, and it's okay. Let's talk about another type of way to do the snake, and that is with glue. If you're wanting to create designs with the yarn and glue it on the top of your snake, that's okay too. That is still going to give us a different texture than if we were using any of the other art materials that we've used so far. So if you would prefer to cut up the yarn and use it in different ways on the top of your snake, go ahead and do that. I'm going to share just a couple of ways to do it, but really, it's completely up to you. As you could see, I used the yarn and went along the body of the snake, but now I want to make some different divisions. This is a time when I'm going to need to let the glue dry. So you'll notice I'm laying the yarn down, but I'm not touching it. I'm not trimming it. I'm going to let that completely dry before I try to do anything with it. I'm going to make some more stripes on the snake, but I'm not going to do anything until that has completely dried. Once it has dried, then I'll be able to trim it or wrap the ends around the snake and glue them down. But until then, I'm just going to let them sit. I might even let them sit overnight so that nothing happens to them. While this snake is drying, I'm going to go back to my first snake and start doing the last details. Once you have finished your yarn snake, it's time to grab that black Sharpie or any pen that you have and trace the outside edge. Don't worry if it's not exactly close to the edge, but do the best you can. From there, make an eye for your snake. I decided I'm going to add some eyelashes and a mouth as well. I also added the nose of the snake, which are those 2 dots you see. Once I have completed that part, I can add some other designs. I might choose to add more stripes with my marker, or maybe some other designs, some scallops, some zigzags, anything that I want to add. I didn't have enough yarn to go all the way to the end of this snake, but that's okay. I actually really like that it's going to give me a chance to put some design at the end as well. So from here, it's up to you how you finish the snake. Feel free to be creative. Feel free to use colors, use patterns, use designs. Do whatever you would like to finish off your snake. When this is complete and it's all dry, be sure to put your name on the back. Then at our next supply pickup, bring this back to school so it can be used as a fabulous and colorful display. I can't wait to see all these colorful snakes together.